So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
First, it gets through, and now an opening. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans.
Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Now Fick in to kick off following the touchdown. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Winston now.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Hooker, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
1st down, Tennessee.
Again to Henry. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down.
Henry will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll give Henry another shot. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Tannehill going to get this out quickly. It's complete.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Josh Reynolds there to make the grab.
And the Titans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Ficken, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
Saints, nothing.
Now Ficken to kick off following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Get him! Mike 55! Mike 55! I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you! Wait! Safety's creeping! Let's go!
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
Kamara's got the first down and then some. Room here to run. The 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
72 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Saints 7.
2nd and 7.
Henry running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now a handoff to Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 54 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Winston.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Winston. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing, Winston. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I can't believe they even let you.
Winston.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Here's second and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and goal at the 1 yard.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Saints 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Fights through and now a crease. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20.
What you doing out there, boy?
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Extra point by Ficken, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Score Titans 28, Saints 14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half here, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They go play action. Winston. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Adam Troutman, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd down. Winston now from the 50. Looking long for Thomas. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Powers past him at the 5.
And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
You got nothing with that. You got nothing. Hey, he's coming. He's coming. 5 on the 50. We got 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Kamara.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run from Alvin Kamara. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Winston to throw for it. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
A first down carry for Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll run it again with Henry. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And he wants Reynolds way downfield.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
Now Ficken to kick off following the touchdown. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Man, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he's got room. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Man, 222 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And the Titans first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill. The left side completion to Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The end result, 21 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. Escapes the sack. Now he'll and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Extra point by Ficken, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Saints 22.
Now Ficken to kick off following the touchdown. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Saints first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jameis to throw it. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Elijah Molden.
Field goal. Have you been tried in the fire?